Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Money, money, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. Yo vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. Corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Mic check 1, 2. If you can hear me in the chat, hit a 1, please. Hit a 1, please, if you can hear me in the chat. About to keep this going.
So I've heard if you walk into Vegas and walk into this mart, past the camel soup aisle, and look at their absurd items like avocado coin purses, ramen notes, and cubed peas, and follow the dairy aisle to this fridge and go all the way through it, past this toxic waste, through this tiny hole, and climb up this rope, this is crazy. And out through this door, down past this botanical garden, and into this rave room. Woo! Past this super futuristic bank vault, through this pipe. This is unbelievable. And up this staircase, through this locker, and through this dark room, past these security cameras, and sit down at this bar and order from their secret menu. They'll give you tokens that will redeem you an ice cream cone and a special boba tea. Thank you, Las Vegas!
There's an update because it's like the legacy lives on.
All right, everybody. Like to welcome everyone to tonight's live show on Katt Williams in the club Shay live video stream. We will have that going on later today, but tonight. It's really tonight everywhere, right? But for now, we're going to have a couple updates and news clips. The first one is on, of course, Jeffrey Epstein. Take a listen real quick.
Painful as it is. Names revealed so far in Jeffrey Epstein's list. That list, the names of 90 former associates, employees, friends, victims of Jeffrey Epstein, became public on Wednesday after being unsealed. Unsurprisingly, those names included Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and one of the spares, Prince Andrew. He's on the list too. Okay. I guess he felt like he could do whatever he wanted to do because he's not going to ascend to the throne. Oh yeah, his brother did too. Epstein on Clinton and Trump. Jeffrey Epstein had information on Donald Trump and the Clintons so incendiary, he could have upended the 2016 presidential election if made public. According to the dead financier's younger brother, here's a direct quote. If I said what I know about both candidates, they'd have to cancel the election. That's what Jeffrey told me in 2016. Mark Epstein told the Post Wednesday, recalling a conversation he had with his brother about the showdown between Trump and Hillary Clinton. New York Post with the salacious details.
Wow.
Wonder what the headline looked like on the paper today, the front cover. Jeffrey Epstein told one of his sexual abuse victims, Bill Clinton, his girls young. That's according to newly unsealed court documents. The bombshell claim is from a deposition given by Joanna Schoberg. Deposition transcript obtained by TMZ says Jeffrey told her Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. Clinton reportedly did not object to his identity being unsealed, and he's long been linked to Epstein. 2019, Bill said he went on 4 trips on Epstein's infamous private jet as part of a humanitarian effort with the Clinton Foundation. But he denied knowledge about Epstein's crimes. Again, TMZ flushing out further details. There were other notable names that appeared on the list as well.
Are there notable names, folks? Let's listen to them.
Well, first release list includes high-profile names such as Leonardo DiCaprio, Naomi Campbell, Kate Blanchett, Cameron Diaz, David Copperfield, Al Gore, Stephen Hawking. Yeah, that's on there. I'm going to have you weigh in. Kevin Spacey, Bruce Willis, Bill Gates. Name has not been confirmed to be on the list. Bill Gates' name has not been confirmed.
Interesting. Let's keep this going.
Why is that okay with my money, though?
Y'all literally are the same.
How?
Y'all both got me for once.
We both have you?
Yeah.
She has you. She has you. She could call you right now. You about to go link up with Yes. Okay. All right. I think no.
Look,
What am I looking at?
the only difference between y'all two is that you got a ring and she don't.
But we're on the same level.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give her the ring. I'm gonna give her the ring. Is that okay?
Look, baby.
I'm gonna serve you with the divorce papers, and you could give her the ring. That could be a Christmas present. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Let's stay on the couch. Stay on the couch that y'all bought me. Stay on the couch. What do you mean? You just said we're on the same level, so she could have my spot, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. She can have my spot. She can have my spot. No, she can have my spot. You just said it. You just said it was okay.
You know, this shit really bothering me right now, how you acting.
Okay. And it bothered me when I seen a charge on my card for a Christmas gift.
Y'all literally the same.
So she loves him, I assume, and I keep having to play this over and over again. Can't get through it. It just gets to me how men see. The thing is this is a lot of men in the manosphere. They don't tell you about all the women they took advantage of, or used, or basically just didn't care. In the house, Legs for Life, Quita Ward, D9, El Viejo Pues, Phoenix Soul, Mistress Newbie. We are going to have a good show tonight. Here we go.
And you okay? So you should have bought it yourself.
I'm saying though, you got a ring.
All right, I'm serving you with divorce papers. She can have the ring. Merry Christmas.
All right.
Straight up. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Why waste time?
For Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. Since The Color Purple hit theaters this past Christmas, it's been enjoying a range of success.
Okay. So Boosie is a rapper, right? And they be saying some really outrageous stuff during, the rap videos. They have threesomes going on in rap videos or emulated. I mean, they're not like actual nude threesomes, but, dudes wrapped up with 2 women, right? I mean, we see that all the time, right? Check this.
And even lost. According to Forbes, it would dramatically fall as it continued its run in theaters. With most reboots and remakes, audiences can't help but compare the original 1985 classic to the new 2023 musical adaptation. One moment in the new movie in particular seems to have ruffled a few feathers. It was a night spent between Celie and Suge Avery, played by singer Fantasia and actress Taraji P. Henson. Most who saw the film weren't pleased by the interaction, as they thought the scene wasn't necessary, and the shared scene was yet another example of Hollywood pushing the gay agenda. Rapper Lil Boosie is one person who will go on to express this via a post on X.
Now, here's a funny thing. You've heard Boosie's lyrics, right? Now he's got a problem. Now he's got a problem. You've heard his lyrics. You hear the whole rap culture is about promiscuity and misogyny and all that. But he goes to see A Color Purple, and there's, I guess a gay scene in it, and now he has a problem. After not realizing that he promoted that shit. That's crazy to me. Let me keep it going.
Sent out on Tuesday morning. Boosie would go on to write, I had to walk out this Color Purple movie, and 2 other older couples walked out also, because I had my little girls with me, and it seemed like a rainbow emoji love story. Good acting, but whoever wrote the script is pushing the narrative hard. As a parent, I would not.
Didn't he push the narrative? Didn't he push the narrative when he was making his music? Welcome Quita Ward in the house. Wasn't he pushing his Mistress Newbie in the house? Legs for Life in the house. Wasn't he pushing it? Give me 1 second. I want to pull up some Boosie lyrics. Boosie lyrics. Lyrics. That's all I want to see. They say I'm crazy sometimes, blah, 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 a bunch about crazy. Because I pistol whipped a nigga for 40 minutes straight. Okay, that sounds really helpful. Yeah. Okay, he said that with my ish F up your face. Okay, that sounds good. Said I was in court, I beat my M case. Okay, that's really good. But so I need to stop there, because I might get, just showing you those lyrics might be enough to get the show stopped. So let me go back to this. I think you're getting my point here. But he has a problem with a love scene that was actually in the first one. Yep, Mr. Snoopy, you nailed it. They stay showing how morally bankrupt and contradicting they are. I mean, I'm sorry, but 2 women making love to each other is not nearly as bad as I just showed you like 0.1%. It's like something natural between 2 people, but he want to talk about get mad because they doing that. Okay. Which is really, it's like, I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I'm trying to give him an excuse of like, okay, well, you're a God-fearing man and you're so high and mighty and straightforward, but you just heard the lyrics. I mean, let me be blunt. 2 women doing their thing does not destroy the community. What he has been rapping about destroys the community. It's that simple. There's nothing more you can say. So him walking out is really weird. It's really weird. If you made Disney type lyrics in his raps, okay, fine. I mean, I understand you're trying to do that God, that religious thing, even though that usually comes out fake. No. You heard his rap. That's one of his latest tracks. You heard it. I couldn't even get through it. I can't even show it The lyrics are so explicit, I can't even show it, but he has a problem with the color purple. Way to go.
Not let my little girl watch this film. Now, as soon as Boosie sent out the message to his followers, it was met with immediate backlash.
And here's the ironic thing is, I believe his little girl, guess what? She gay.
A lot of users who didn't agree with Boosie and used the opportunity to call out the rapper. One user would go on to write, to Boosie, the domestic abuse, underage marriage, and assault and rape are fine, but it's the women kissing that got him to walk out, all which happened before they kissed.
Bars.
Another would use Boosie's own lyrics against him in a tweet that read, 2 red bones kissing in the back seat. They bisexual, but it's cool. 2 red bones kissing in the back seat. I like girls who like girls that attract me.
They gave him one heavy roast. Oh yeah, Terminador Negro in the house. Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. He walked out because he was with his daughter and it made him feel some type of way that he felt uncomfortable with an erection around his daughter. Bars. Everybody, Oya in the house, Legs for Life in the house, Phoenix Soul in the house, Quita Ward in the house, Mistress Newbie in the house, D9 in the house, El Viero West in the house. We got everybody up in here, and I appreciate it. Let's keep it going.
And another social media user would say, y'all must have not watched the original or read the book. And it's not something they shoehorned into the story. It's just that they leaned into that trope more because the times allowed them to. In the original movie, viewers should remember that Celie, played by Whoopi Goldberg, and Shook Avery, played by Margaret Avery, would share a kiss in the film. During an interview for Foundation Interviews, Goldberg would address the controversy surrounding the kiss and its limitations back then with sharing lesbianism on film.
Then people were mad that we didn't make the book exactly. But it's like, that's 1984. Nobody was going to let me and Suge make out. One kiss is all you get. We didn't really talk about the fact that she was a lesbian. We didn't talk about it because 84.
Now, outside of that, users would...
Bars. Everybody, yeah. Let's hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. There's 11. Let's have 11 thumbs up. It's free 99. I guarantee you won't be charged if you hit the like button. Here we go.
Would actually go on to support Boosie. One user would write, the comments show how backwards they successfully turned our people to the point they try to argue you down.
Here's the funny thing. I'm sorry. They're fine with this. I can't even read the lyrics. They're that explicit. They're fine with this. They're fine with this. Abuse, the M word, the deletions, harassment, everything negative is in these lyrics here. They're fine with this. That's crazy to me. That's the funny thing. This Zachariah T dude, the comments show how backwards they've successfully turned our people to the point where they try to argue you down. Our own people. This is crazy to me that he said that. Let me play it again just in case I don't want to take it out of context. Let me play it one more time.
The comments show how backwards they successfully turned our people to the point they try to argue you down, our own people. In addition to that, there were also a number of comments explaining that the characters Celie and Shook Avery went much further than a kiss in the original 1982 book. While promoting the film, talking to The Hollywood Reporter, author of the book, Alice Walker, seemingly confirmed what one social media user wrote regarding the relationship between the two characters. Bless Steven Spielberg and Quincy Jones. They tried their best. I mean, they were so afraid because, the homophobic culture. Walker would also speak on how excited she was that in 2023 they were able to fully depict the complexities of Celie and Suge Avery's relationship. I really love it.
I mean, the lack of logic that Boosie displayed is terrifying. Because remember now, he's a role, they see him as a role model. Okay. Everybody has a right to feel the way they want to feel. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But what gets me is the fact he wants to feel the way he wants to feel. He wants to say that out loud. But if you look at his lyrics, it's like, oh my God, bro. See, that goes back to that old school theory of the 90s, ain't no fun unless the homie can get some. See, he would have been fine if he was in the same room with Celie, right? He would have been okay if he was in the same room and they were servicing him too, but since he's not, now he feels a certain way. Hypocrisy at its finest. Hypocrisy at its finest. Now, I'm going to bring up something. Wow. Okay, this I just saw this last night. I'm sure you've seen this, but I'm going to go ahead and give you my take on it when I bring it up. Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. That's how it works psychologically. He projected it out because it made him uncomfortable. Bars. Quincy Jones, what? Quincy turned dudes out. Queen Award breaking it down. Yeah. I mean, Quincy and half the hip hop culture. See, that's why to me, most rappers to me have no credibility in my eyes. They're too hypocritical. But let's go into something else. This really happened. I can't believe this happened. Here we go, folks. Let me get the volume up on this because you got to hear this. You got to hear this. You got to hear this.
All right. This is time set for entry of judgment and position of sentence. Is there any legal cause or reason why judgment should not be pronounced against you at this time? By virtue of your plea of guilty, I hereby judge you guilty of attempt, battery, or substantial bodily harm.
That's important. You listen to that. Okay. He is. Listen again.
Pronounced against you at this time? By virtue of your plea of guilty, I hereby judge
A plea of guilty for what?
you guilty of attempt, battery, or substantial bodily harm.
Attempted battery and substantial bodily harm. I'm pumping this up. You guys, you got to hear every word on this thing.
My notes indicate the state retained the right to argue through the bench warrant. Is that correct? Yep. All right, state.
Oh, let me pause it right now. Nubia and Khaleesi is in the house. She responds to Boosie's comments as same Boosie who had a stripper perform on his 13-year-old son. Worthless. Bars.
Yep.
It's got 3 felonies. It's a little low, so I'm going to be stopping for a minute to make sure you know what they said.
felony is appropriate, and I think a prison term would be appropriate.
Is there any restitution or victim impact?
No, Judge, not the man today, so. But I do think prison is appropriate. I asked the court to impose 1948 on this case based on the criminal history and facts of this case.
Okay. Mr. Redden, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I pronounce sentence?
So basically, I would like to.
Okay, this is very important. You hear this part here, so I'm going to pump it up even more. I think I got it. Okay, this is about the max I got on this thing here. Let's see if you can hear it.
Like, based on my criminal history, like I feel that like I shouldn't be like sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I actually just I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I
I
suppose.
just looked at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs.
Multiple DVs. Let me play that one more time. Okay, very important here.
Have you looked at your criminal history?
I actually just I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I
I
suppose.
just looked at it.
Yeah.
You know,
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors.
Wait. Did she just say, wait, you lived it? Did she say that? I can't be sure for sure.
I feel that like I shouldn't be like sent to prison for a second time.
So what's going on is he pleaded guilty, but he's trying not to get prison time. Listen again.
I feel that like I shouldn't be like sent to prison for a second time.
Have you looked at your criminal history? Have you looked at your criminal history?
I actually just I looked at it.
I mean, you lived it, I
I
suppose.
just looked at it.
She said, "Where you lived it, I suppose." It's kind of refreshing. Sometimes you see a judge roasting somebody. I mean, I don't know. She's probably so tired because she gets these kind of cases all day, every day. She knows everything what's going on here. Mistress Newbie breaks it down like this. This is why there should be no statute of limitations for crimes. When idiots confess crimes, they can go back infinite years and charge people like Boosie and that stripper, Bars. Yep. I really like the color purple, and I will go see the new one. But why would you? Yeah, why would you go with the child to see it? Yeah, it's not. It's a mature movie. Why he see? That's the funny thing about Boosie. I know we kind of still on Boosie, so let me pause this for 1 second. But think about it. He is the epitome of a hypocrite. His music had no problem with women kissing on women. He takes kids to see it when it's an adult film. It always has been. It wasn't it was a musical, but it's an adult musical. You know what I mean? Tevin, welcome Tevin to the chat. Tevin says this, I wonder if he reacted the same way to if it was 2 light-skinned women or 2 preferences. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, knowing him, he probably would have pulled out some Vaseline or something. I hate to be rude like that, but hey, welcome. Why is seeking knowledge? Why is seeking knowledge is in the house? Man. Okay, here we go. So far right now, what we have is this gentleman right here in the white shirt pleaded guilty to assault, and he's about to get sentenced. Here we go.
I mean, you lived it, I suppose. Yeah. 3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Multiple DVs is what concerns me. So he's out in the community hurting women. Number one, hurting people in general, but hurting women, that's scary.
Battery on a protected person, robberies.
Battery of a protected person, robberies.
Attempt home invasion. Go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just
Attempted home invasion. He just said he's listen to this part here.
I'm in a better place in my mind, my mental health. I have a support system. I just got hired as a teamster for, the union, making $20 an hour. And like the reason behind every single domestic violence, I've been dealing with mental health. And I didn't know that I was dealing with mental health. And they put me in mental health court, and I still didn't know that I had a mental health problem until it was August 2022 when I realized I had a problem with this. And like having a dictionary.
So I thought it was didn't the Black Manosphere have this big spiel about Black men don't need mental health or mental health help? Let me see something here. Yeah. Let's see if anybody pops up. Nothing really pops up. Nothing right now. I think we're going to have to dig deeper into that later, though. But let me get back to this. Here we go. See, they want to mention that.
Also get to know myself a little better and applying it to my personality and having an epiphany at that moment, those instances, and just like trying to learn from my mistakes, And I feel like I shouldn't be sent to prison, but if it's appropriate for you, then you have to do what you have to do. But I figure that, if I'm in a better place in my life, I'm not doing drugs, I'm not out there committing crimes now, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was then, so, but that's, I'm a person who never stops trying to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. And I just, and I'm trying, and I never give up trying to do the right thing. I know I'm not a rebellious person. I don't want to be standing here. I don't want you to have to, sit up there and waste your time as well,
Notice how calm and relaxed and chill. You could be out on a date with him, right? You could be out on a date with him.
But the criteria of me saying this is that I'm a person that never stops trying to do the right things, even if it's hard. I did the best I could. I have mental problems.
Thank you.
Such a nice guy. Shouldn't we give him another chance? So what if he was he putting hands and feet on multiple women and everything over a time period, beating up on people, trying to do home invasion? No, we should give him another chance, right? Let me keep it going. Yeah, that's Biggie on the sweater. D9, I believe that is Biggie. Come on, let's give him a chance. He seems like a nice guy, right? What's wrong with him,
As contained in the pre-sentence investigation report, my client was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. And speaking with him, it certainly seems that he's following a pattern. This court seems
Speaking with him, it seems like he's following a pattern. Okay. So his lawyer is in there with him, trying to help him out.
We've had 2 goes at mental health court, Mr. Almasi.
he does have 2 honorable discharge for probation.
2 goes from mental health court, 2 honorable discharges. Let's see what we got.
He can do probation. He can be successful when supervised.
So he's trying to get him probation. Remember now, he's already wreaked havoc in the community. You heard what she said about his rap sheet. It's pretty long. And it's not a rap sheet of like, okay, he kind of ran from the police this time, but he did, give up or nothing like that. There's none of that. Well, he was just free. He was shoplifting. No, No, this is some violent shit he did. This is some violent stuff. So let's keep it going. Let's see what happens.
It's true that he did get dishonorable discharge from both on gross misdemeanor that he was supervised for just very recently. But he is a different.
If he had a second chance, more like a 15th chance, bars.
Now, his foster mother, who was present as a show supporting his parents.
This guy is a grown man with a foster mother.
Has provided him a place to live, which is listed on the side.
And wait a minute. And she's providing him a place to live. But black women are the problem. But she's providing him a place to live.
His correct address at 8 Rose Circle, Apartment A in North Las Vegas. And she very graciously has allowed him to stay there rent free with his own speed. Now, he is now part of Union 631 Teamsters and is hoping to work his way through that program so that he can maintain work. He's also reached out to Shannon West for any job prospects that are available to him through them. Finally, Judge, it's not just his mental health that he's been contending with, but he also has a history of IEP in his education. And at 30 years old, he does not have a high school degree. And so we spoke about that.
Wait, he doesn't have a high school degree. Okay, let's keep it going. Wait, that shouldn't be a problem, isn't it? Don't us black manosphere dudes, well, not me, I'm not in that shit, but don't black manosphere dudes like look down on education because, you know, black women with education, you know, they don't care about if you have a PhD. So that shouldn't be a big, okay. So he's got, I guess, a third, he can only read the third, you know, grade or whatever. Let's see.
I think it's high time that he did that. I think the court can trust that he is going to perform well on probation. I think he's worth this risk. The court wants the 1948 as suggested by the DA. I would have no issue with that, but to suspend it rather than just send him to prison for.
Okay, so he's trying to extend his probation instead of have him do extra time. But remember, on his probation, he was beating the crap out of everybody. And attempted home invasion. I mean, everything.
Circumstances and his ability to do probation successfully that he did this opportunity.
Welcome unknown. Welcome wise seeking knowledge.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Oh, wow. That changed. This is really very common, unfortunately, in DV, you know, DV stuff. When the guy doesn't get or hear what he wants to hear, just imagine he's doing this all day, every day on somebody who somehow loves him. Let me play that one more time. I think we didn't all catch it. So let me play it. Here we go. Welcome, Miss J.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history.
Sabrina.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Oh, man. Welcome, K. Brown. When I saw this, I was like, I mean, really, quite honestly, operationally, her hands were tied. She had to give him some time. He didn't stop doing what he was doing. And the mental health card, I guarantee you, they looked at that when she said they gave you 2 chances at mental health. Probably what happened was that he was supposed to go to classes and therapy, and he didn't go. Or he didn't go nearly enough. And obviously he didn't, because you see the results. Let me play the results back again. Let me play them results back again.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else, because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
You know how I get accused of black male bashing? Do you know how far years this man set us behind here in Las Vegas? That's black male bashing. Is where you don't think about the respectability of your fellow black men in the community enough to be respectable in court and just take your lumps when you're supposed to take your lumps. She might only he didn't even get he was so incensed. He didn't even wait for her to tell him how many years, if it was how many years he was going to get. But I guarantee you now he's going to get a whole lot of years, and should. Yeah, I guess he didn't like her sentencing. No. But, you know, hey, look, it's funny and crazy. I saw this morning on the news. I know it's not funny, but I was rolling. Man, it was crazy. Until last year, I didn't think men could get welfare until I heard some Nas talking about it. Yeah. I mean, no more chances for a lot of other black men because he did this. I am shocked. I am shocked that the judge even got up, because she did. She hit the side of the banister or whatever's right next to her, the wall. I mean, the partition, really hard. And it's a wood partition. It's about 6 inches wide and goes to the floor. I know that. I've been in that room to work for work. I wasn't there for, that reason. I was there for work. Yep. Zero, Miss J, you nailed it. Zero self-control or self-awareness. Definitely a danger to the community. Yes, Phoenix Social, he did fly. I was shocked he could get up that far. He got up over there. Man. He just ended his life just stupid. Yeah. I'd be shocked if he got any less than 20 years. Because he had all that other stuff of beating up on women already, and then he did that. Yes, D9, you nailed it. Yeah, them DV charges are believable now. Yes. Oh, man. One more time, and then we'll move forward. I think we got the gist of it. Here we go again. It's important to see. I'm telling you, but let me make this even more relevant. Ladies, this is why you don't, if you have bad news to tell somebody, like you're gonna break up with them or not do what they want you to do and they're narcissists, please don't do it in front of them. Don't do it in front of them. That's where most of the DV gets hit, is when you stand up to people like this. Stand up from a distance. I hope that makes sense to you. Queen Award. She said, I think you need a taste of something else. Hello. Then he took the doc. Exactly. I mean, that was funny.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else, because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Man, please look. I'm a black man. He's a black man, but please don't let him out for a while. Either hey, I don't care where you put him, either in an asylum, okay, or prison, but no. I'm not going to sit here and say this man was mistreated at all. There's just no way to do that. You have to, and see, the problem I have is that this man has been damaging people for a long time. How much more time do we want him to be out? I mean, it's one thing if he was just caught, I was caught shoplifting, and they give him a couple months. If we're talking about a violent offender here, no. Whatever you were going to give him, please at least tack on double. At least. Please do that. We don't need him around our women in our community. See, that's how we should be thinking about it. It's not like, oh, wow, the white people putting black men down. No. Do you want a black man like this around your children? That's the thing. Do you want a black man around your wife, and she says he hits on her and she says no? Do you want this man there? Do you want him there? He flew over that partition. I guarantee you there's going to be a piece of glass up there in that courtroom next time it's used. Thick, 1-inch thick glass. Beveled edges. Then let's see you try that shit. The guard will be right in front, right here. Guard will be right here. See, this is why, for all those watching, this is why black men were not doing well. Mental health. But it's too late. He had his chance. See, he had his chance to get mental health and he didn't. I'm not saying that he would have been happy about whatever sentence he was going to pass down, but he wouldn't have jumped over that. We can't help. That's why I keep saying, people say, well, there's still some good black men. There are, but there's plenty. There are more of this man. There is more of this man here in our community, and by different variations, by the way.
With that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
There's at the very least, there's just as many of them as there are good black men. But I did a poll, and it's like everybody was saying it's like 90%. This guy right here, I think he's like, there's 20% of him specifically, but that's still a lot. It doesn't take a lot for a neighborhood to be destroyed. You don't need 20% to destroy a neighborhood. It can be 10%. My God, yeah, security was a little bit lax today on that day. There was only like one guard I saw. Man, I mean, welcome Ellen, welcome Ellen, welcome Indiana Mom, welcome Phoenix Soul. I am telling you, this is rough. We haven't even got the Club Shay Shay yet. You know? We haven't got the Club Shay Shay yet. I guess I should have done a live stream just on this alone. Ellen, you shouldn't be. No. Ellen, you're not. I can still see you. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, and the thing is this, just think about it. He's been causing this. He's got a rap sheet the length of my arm. He's been out there long enough. Before he even got to the judge, okay, we should have been like doing what we should in the community to get this guy off the street. This is what I'm talking about. There's nothing you can do with that. There's nothing you can do with him. There's nothing. His only way out, he just attacked. He could have, the funny thing is he might have been able to appeal or the judge might have gave him, who knows, the judge might have been just giving him a year, 6 months. He didn't even wait. El Viejo Pues breaks it down like this. Hitting women gives weird men that can't control their household a false sense of power because they are scared of other men and strong women. Exactly. I mean, I'm speechless right now. Man. I mean, he's hitting the cop. He's hitting other people.
Hey, get off her. Get off her. Oh, man. You're good. Stop. Don't do this. Please. Hey, where's Mary Kate? Is she okay? Hey, can you radio somebody? Yeah, give me out the heart. Fucking radio somebody.
Now, what if was he alone with the young lady that turned him down? Or a loved one that stood up to him or said that he couldn't do something that he wanted to do? That is what you call bashing. That's what you call bashing. Right there. That's what you call bashing. Like to welcome Fiona in the house, Indiana Mom in the house, Quita Ward in the house, Lex for Life in the house, Ellen Ripley in the house, Gold Reflection, welcome. Good seeing everybody in here. I am speechless. I am speechless right now. Let me stop that phone call real quick. Let me go through these. Let me kind of just go through here so everybody sees. I want everything on the screen for this one. Emotional, yeah. Quita, yeah. Ellen is here. I mean, yeah, he's strong. Yeah, we have, and that's what makes him even more scary, Fiona, is that the fact that he definitely can do some damage and has. And has. I mean, yeah, he's still holding on to her. I mean, it's Ellen. Yeah, that's well, yeah, I did get some new, some new lotion for the face. Helps, keeping, what does it call it? Moisture, that kind of stuff. D9 breaks it down like this. He went from 0 to 100 in seconds. Imagine saying the wrong thing to him alone with him. Exactly. Exactly. My sentiments exactly. So why isn't the manosphere helping to deal with men like this? Nope. They don't want to. Okay. That noise is enough. All right. So we're gonna take ourselves to Club Shay Shay, y'all. Let's start off with this is with Katt Williams talking about Taraji P. Henson, everybody. Taraji P. Henson is coming up. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna kind of like wait a minute here, let everything kind of chill down a little bit because that was some heavy stuff right there. Thank you, Indiana mom. I'm gonna keep using what I'm using. It's been, some eating healthy and everything like that. So, yeah. I mean, Nubin Khaleesi breaks it down like this. Couldn't be New York City. NYPD would have shot him before he reached to that judge. Yep. Those officers slow. What a fool. Assaulted a judge and sheriff. Now he is never getting out. And maybe that might be best for him. Well said, Nubin Khaleesi. Some people you can't fix broken. And see, that's the funny thing and the sad thing about the Black community. You see, if a Black woman wants to date a Black man, and if you really do, I'm not trying to say this, but look, if that's the only choice you want, you're playing Russian roulette with men just like this because there's just not enough Black men in the community to go around that are good. You're going to get one of y'all going to get somebody like this guy. Let's check it out. It's just, remember now, he was calm until he didn't get what he wanted. He knows what a judge is. He knows how much power they wield. He knows she has his whole life in her hands.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court
He would, if he's going to do that to a judge, and you heard how the men in the manosphere, at the very least, talk about Black women, what do you think he's going to do or already has done to a Black woman? Exactly why seeking knowledge. See, I didn't even set perimeters yet. You nailed it. Fiona, he has nothing to lose at the end of the day. Well, it looks like he's gonna gain something now, which is probably more years. That's for sure. Flew like the cat. Make me want to watch Winnie the Pooh after this. He sure did. He flew. Yeah. Quita, that's the only thing we can assume. Let him off the hook to go back to the neighborhood and beat up on more people. It's clear. I mean, it's clear that it didn't, whatever he was trying to prove and this is another thing what I learned about a lot of men. They show you when you say no, they show you why you should have said no. They show you why really quick. They show you why really quick.
He gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
They show you why really quick. Look, I'm not all for putting guys in prison for like parking tickets, speeding, shit like that. But come on. How much of this can we take? I mean, remember, he's not going to leave. Let's say she let him off the hook, right? Let's say she did. He's not going he's not going back to a Caucasian neighborhood. No, he is not. He's going back to our neighborhood. I mean, he's going back to our neighborhood. And there goes the neighborhood. Really, quite honestly, hold on one second. Quite honestly, I think what they, and you know, they might just go for it. I think the law should change that if a Black woman is assaulted, the man gets double what he should. I guarantee you, femicide would decrease. Not a whole lot, because you just have some people who you can't just stop. Lex for Life says this: I feel sorry for those ladies. As for me, I've been delivered. I don't like men's no more. I mean, he flew. He flew. He flew. Man. Okay, I got to stop that. Okay, I think we've been on that subject for long enough. Let's get to Club Shay Shay. Here we go. We're going over Taraji P. Henson right now.
I don't know if you saw this, but Taraji P.
Oops, sorry about that. Let me lower that volume. I had to raise it up so high to make sure you could hear what he was saying when he was meek. Now he ain't meek. Let me play that again. Here we go.
I don't know if you saw this, but Taraji P. Henson got extremely emotional the other day. She was giving an interview.
Yes.
And saying that they're vastly underpaid. And say the math is not mathing. They get X amount of dollars by the time Uncle Sam get his cut, by the time the agency get their cut, and what you see they were supposed to get is a fraction of that. Where do you come down on that, Katt?
How many, I'm going to be stupid, but how many of you know who Taraji P. Henson is? I'm just making sure. Put a 1 in the chat if you know. 1 in the chat if you know who she is. There's a good reason why I'm doing that. Yep. I think it's safe to say that she's a legend, at least in Black Hollywood.
It's the saddest thing ever, because imagine being in your genre, in your sub niche, whatever it is. Imagine being in your lane. Imagine being one of the very top of your lane, that to the point where if they don't take you for the role, there's not 3 Black actresses that they can say are bigger than you that we're going to give this to. Imagine you being at that point and have to humble yourself and say, they're not paying me, y'all. And they not making my pay go up because I'm doing better or nothing. It don't matter to them that I'm famous and people know me or nothing. They want to pay me exactly what they paying the new girl. And I've been suffering under it for a decade now and just taking it. I just been getting whooped. But I just got to come say, this is wrong. We should be
right there for a minute. Fiona says, if you are in a Black group, you should know who she is. Other groups, not too sure. Believe it or not, Fiona, she is so big that they may not know her. They may not know her by name, but if they see her face, it's that woman. She's kind of like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. That I mean, they may not know in the big realms of things, but she's been in so many doggone mainstream movies that she's a staple in mainstream movies, not just Black movies now.
Shamed. But this is a country where we don't pay the teachers, and then we say the kids is the most important thing. You can't have both of them. If you do that, we're going to end up with a generation that can't read. Guess what? Generation Z and A can't read. Why? Because who was giving them a book? We gave them an iPad or a phone, and now the letters don't mean there's no cursive writing.
Right.
Sorry about that. So yeah, this is what period of time it's in. It's the period where the victims get to say, they've been hurting me for a long time. And I just ain't said nothing because I was trying to be strong and I didn't want to shame anybody.
Let me pause right there. Why seeking knowledge about the gentleman who, let's call him the jumper man. And that was the spur of the moment, improvised. Those women who had to wait for the police to show up. Those women that he was with who had to wait for the police to show up, who knows what they went through every minute. Must have been. Look, you saw what we're talking about jumper man. He hurt the judge within seconds. Badly. Think what he did to a woman when he had more time. Okay, back to Katt Williams. Well, first of all, I like to say this. What Katt Williams is dropping is gems right now. I respect him a lot more. And what's funny is that, again, they in the manosphere, they spend more time with Charleston White than they do Katt Williams. There might be a reason, like he told them to go fuck, F themselves. But no, because you see that he's not down with the abuse. Let's let him talk.
When our people call out for help, we gotta understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
For Comedy App News.
Okay, let me pause it right there. Any thoughts? In fact, this is a perfect time to drop that link. Just in case somebody wants to come up. It's okay. You don't have to come up if you don't want to. You can just make comments and I can read them from the chat as well. But, you know, just in case you want to flow, say a couple things, it's all good. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down just like this. We won't see daylight. He will be in slavery, and although the ancestors who fought and died will flip it like dolphins in their graves at the audacity of these ninjas. Why Seek a Knowledge? Dropping that knowledge once again. This is about the the jumper. Whoa. So anyway, let's keep this going. So this is again some more things about Katt Williams. He's going to be talking about. This one is a short, not a short, but it's short about. This is about Martin Lawrence, the Martin Lawrence theory. Let me call it that. Here we go.
I'm John Abba. As you should know, Katt
This
Williams
is, of course, coming from Comedy Hype. Very, very well produced video. I'm going to go ahead and give them a like.
is currently having the internet talking after he would pay a visit to Club Shay Shay podcast hosted by Shannon Sharp. As we previously mentioned, Williams would take aim at several of his fellow comedians for a number of reasons. Now, part of his conversation, Williams would expose legend and fellow comedian Martin Lawrence for allegedly trying to put him in a dress. For those who have been following us for some time, you should know there's been talks for a while that Black comedians at one point are pressured to wear a dress on film. This for some has been seen as a form of buck breaking and a way to show Hollywood you're down to do whatever it is to make it. Well, while speaking with Shannon Sharp, Williams would expose a conversation he had with Martin Lawrence in which he would share that Lawrence tried to get him to wear a dress for big mamas like Father Like Son. But after turning down the offer, they would go with Brandon C. Jackson instead. Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go in on his hiatus, he tell me, Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, my young brother in comedy. I need you. Promise me my next movie, it will be me and you. We're going to do it together. We're going to do some buddy cop shit. I said, Martin, you got my mother effing word. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. At this point, Williams would go on to reveal.
Well, he did need to see the script, but let's keep it going.
That Martin would announce he wanted him to join him for 2011's Big Mama House, Like Father Like Son, during a meeting with white executives.
You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House too. I almost died. And I gotta read this script in front of all these good white people where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again?
Now, interestingly enough,
that's a good point.
This story would remind us of the time Dave Chappelle would share that he too was approached to wear a dress. And it turns out it also involved a Martin Lawrence project. Chappelle would break his silence back in 2006 while speaking with Oprah.
But certain dots, like when I see that they put every Black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. So the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. Why are we putting us in these dresses? But
not only in a dress, but disguising him as a prostitute.
It was clear. I was adamant. I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine.
Now, the film Chappelle was referring to was Lawrence's 1999 film, Blue Streak, in which the two would share the screen. This would come a year later after he would star in the cult classic, Half Baked. Now, unlike our previous report involving Cedric the Entertainer, Lawrence has yet to respond to these claims. As you would also know, in an interview...
Why wouldn't that be true? I mean, it's not normal for a Black man to ask another Black man to put on a dress, so... it's nothing that you're going to make up in the back of your, there's no confirmation needed. I believe him 100%.
Comedy Hype, Brandon C. Jackson would admit that he would regret wearing the dress Katt would end up turning down.
Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress.
He called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, don't get in the dress. So The Awaken brand, and you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get a dress.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I can only speak from my journey. Once I put the dress on and I had that fire was put out.
Yeah.
And I only did it one time. So imagine doing it 3 times, 4 times. But then Tyler Perry did, he got stronger. I don't know the rules. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened to me. I'm not here to knock another brother because that's their path.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't do is knock my brothers because that's their path. But I'm saying my path, when I put on a dress, it came with a demon baby mama and a starter kit for hell. That's what happened to me. You haven't seen me since, to be honest. But then I feel stronger though.
Would you like warn other stand-up comedians about the dress?
Yeah, I had an interview too where I would do it. I would do it eloquently and say I wouldn't wear the dress if you're chosen. You know, some people can wear the dress; it doesn't affect them. But you know, I don't know. For me, it didn't work, so I can say I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. Just who wants to roll that dice?
Yeah, and then
let me pause it right there. That brings me to where is it at? This one.
They going above and beyond to promote the devil, and it's pissing me off. They going above and beyond to promote the devil, and it's pissing me off. Only God can judge me now. One shot, everything rides on two.
All of them were red. Did you notice when TD Jakes came out here to?
Wait, let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah, why you're seeking knowledge? We can see your message. Let me pull this up. Okay, here we go.
Dress that he's a zesty bottom, a power bottom at that.
In the house, Spicy Black Tina, welcome. Oya's here. Fiona's here. Why Seeking Knowledge is here. Quita Ward is here. Ellen Ripley is here.
He wore that same red color that you see Mr. Man with the dress wear on red.
Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment.
Girl, Tyrese Gibson is getting absolutely dragged on social media for walking the red carpet in a red dress. And people are saying Tyrese finally buckled and sold his soul to Hollywood. And word on the street is that Katt Williams tried to warn Tyrese beforehand that the price he'll have to pay for making his move is not worth it. See, over the years, Black actors and comedians have often worn dresses for a laugh. I mean, a big, towering figure strutting in heels is just plain ridiculous, which makes it hilarious. But you also have to wonder, what's the trade-off here? There's got to be some sort of price tag attached to all that laughter. So what's the deal with Tyrese wearing that red dress? Is the dress really some kind of ritual for Black men in Hollywood? Let's get into it.
I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too.
Tyrese Gibson is making waves after he walked the red carpet at a film festival in Egypt wearing a bright red dress, which he paired with a black blazer. And of course, it didn't take long before social media picked this up and accused Tyrese of doing a dress ritual and selling his soul to Hollywood. Someone on X said they done got Tyrese in a dress. His finances must have been worse than we thought, SMH. But others wondered if Tyrese was actually trying to honor the country he was visiting. One person wrote, "Could somebody help me understand why Tyrese is wearing a dress? I have a lot of respect for Tyrese. What's going on? Is this a dress or some kind of Islamic garb?" Now, regardless of whether this is an actual dress or not, there's been this ongoing narrative, some would call it a conspiracy theory, about how Hollywood makes Black actors and comedians wear dresses as a way to humiliate them. All the way back in 2006, Dave Chappelle talked about this theory during his interview with Oprah and revealed he was pushed to wear a dress while working on a movie with Martin Lawrence.
When I see that they put every Black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
So Dave straight up told the producers he wasn't feeling the whole dress vibe because it didn't fit the scene and it made him feel uncomfortable. But then the director swooped in with a whole crew trying to pressure Dave into throwing on that dress. They all teamed up on him trying to make it happen despite what he was saying.
Damn, that's crazy. Welcome, Tam. Tam in the house. Ellen in the house. Feisty in the house. Mistress Newbie in the house. Indiana Mom in the house. Lex for Life in the house. We're going to keep this going.
That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it. I mean, It's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny.
The producers finally backed off when they realized that Dave couldn't be swayed. And Dave told Oprah they already had a different script on standby. So it turned out that the whole dress deal wasn't even needed. They just wanted to test if he'd cave in and say yes to it.
But the minute it was clear, I was adamant. I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. Hot damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
Now, when they later threw the question at Kevin Hart about Dave saying he was pressured to put on a dress, Kevin just shook it off and said that
Uh-oh, here we go.
Although it never happened to him, he never messed with something that could mess up his whole brand.
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Listen
You
close now.
got to know that you're a brand. I'm
Yeah.
a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times.
But get this, a few years down the line, Kevin popped up in an SNL sketch in a dress.
In a dress. But listen what happens.
And almost immediately, his whole career skyrocketed. The same year Kevin wore a dress in the SNL skit, Katt Williams was promoting Scary Movie 5, and they threw the same question at him about the dress uproar. And Katt straight up laid it down, saying this Hollywood dress thing has been happening for ages, and that it all comes down to whether you choose to join the Illuminati or not.
So, you know, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them. Nobody likes them.
Now, back then, plenty of folks brushed this off as some wild conspiracy theory. But now fans are coming through and saying it all adds up. And Katt knew what he was talking about. Because the truth is, there's a whole bunch of Black actors and comedians who hit the big leagues after strutting in a dress on screen. It's like
That's crazy, but it's true. It's crazy, but it's true. The whole dress thing.
like a running story in Hollywood. Seems like for any Black man comedians who really hit the jackpot, they have to step into a dress. Way back in the 70s and 80s, Flip Wilson did it, playing Geraldine on his show. Fast forward to the 90s, Martin Lawrence and Jamie Foxx rocked Shanae on Martin and Wanda on In Living Color. Eddie Murphy jumped in as Mama and Granny Clump in the Nutty Professor series, snagging an Oscar for makeup in 97. Then in the 2000s and beyond, it was like a parade. Sean and Marlon Wayans in White Chicks, Tracy Morgan and Kenan Thompson on Saturday Night Live, Miguel Nunez Jr. in Juana Man, Brandon T. Jackson rolling with Martin in Big Mama's House, and of course...
Let me pause this. I got to say this because y'all are dropping some gems out there in the chat. Tam says this, the trade-off is they want the fame and money. They say Black women emasculate Black men. Yep. And then Why Seeking Knowledge replies to Tam saying, Tam, exactly. And what exactly is masculinity to them? Lying, impregnating, avoiding responsibility, being masters of confusion, and they become furious if you don't allow them to do this. Crazy. Bars. Straight up bars up there in the chat.
The man himself, Tyler Perry. They all suited up in dresses like it's become a rite of passage or something. Now, if you want to look at this from a deeper perspective and reflect on the not too distant history of this nation, there's a detailed record of how masters of the...
It's just newbie about Kevin Hart. I guess he dropped his boundaries. I guess he did.
Enslaved, tried to weaken, and even destroy the sense of manhood among Black men. They viewed Black men as threats, so they came up with ways to rob them of what they saw as their strength. That included horrific measures like castration and many other humiliating methods of torture. And there's been a debate swirling around whether Black men putting on wigs and dresses is a modern-day version of that same emasculation. Now, to be clear, a Black man taking on a Black woman's role, whether rocking a dress or a wig or anything else, isn't about stripping away manhood, not for one person or the whole community. Painting that kind of picture is narrow-minded because if Black manhood and masculinity are so easily shaken by slipping on a dress or some hair pieces, then it's as fragile as it is toxic. But see, what doesn't get enough attention is how these women characters that these Black men take on don't really get the respect and humanity they deserve. You see, a lot of the jokes that keep coming back, the stuff that keeps getting repeated in these stories, it's all about these characters' looks, like how tall they are, or their big hands, wide shoulders, hairy legs, or even facial hair. It's all about these features that, in a world stuck on strict categories, women aren't supposed to have.
Let me pause it right there. That is deep. I'm going to leave the rest of that. That's from Culture Covered. Let me break it down like this, though. This is what let me play. Is this it right here? Did I already play this part? No, we still got to break into Kevin Hart right now. Here we go.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Damn, that's deep. That's deep. Fiona says this. I saw part of this interview. Katt Williams also mentioned that part of the deal is that they get light-skinned women as part of the deal. That is interesting. Wow.
How do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal. It's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp got to be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do?
Oh, man.
And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no, no, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life.
Whoa. That's true. That's deep. Let's see. Let's dig deeper. Let's dig deeper, folks.
So no. Faison's never done his own tour in 30 years.
I never found Faison that funny either.
We don't do stand-up no more. Cedric doesn't write. I'm sorry, he doesn't write. Ricky Smiley has been playing the same old black woman forever. Like, you can't get a young fan base with that. Like, you gotta be doing karaoke around the country to make that work.
Right.
And he is. But I'm a stand-up comedian. This is my 19th 100 city tour.
Does anyone know if he's got it? If he's oh, okay, he just mentioned he's in the tour, so maybe that's why he's mentioning it. But here we go.
Gonna have a conversation with these lazy bums that'll take a shortcut at any point. Yes, it's easier for you to juice than to get in the gym, but you don't get to bring that body in here talking crazy.
Talk about how good you look.
What? No, there's too many comics out there that are putting their life on the line to tell these jokes, man.
Okay. Let's get to your upbringing. We're going to circle back and we'll get some...
I want to protect him real quick, because you had said for the Kings of Comedy, it was in 2018, 2019, but did you mean 1999? Because it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't. No. So what I meant to say was, remember, he said, I couldn't do stand-up anymore. I had 7 TV shows. I said he didn't have any of those TV shows at the time.
I know you talking about Cedric.
Joke stealer from Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric.
Okay,
You had said that 2018, 2019, but it came out in 2000, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, no. What comes out in 2000?
The original Kings of Comedy.
Right. I'm on BET's Comic View, and they're using this as the commercial in 1998. Okay. That's why I'm saying, yeah. So if I said the dates wrong, So
let's go back and clear that up.
Okay.
You said, I had Cedric on here, and I asked him about the joke stealing, and he said the timeline doesn't add up.
Correct.
To that point, you say.
Right. So he thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they had made it part of the commercial. So part of the commercial of make sure you tune in to BET was you seeing me doing this joke.
Right.
And this joke is one of those jokes in comedy where you set it up and it takes a little longer to set it up. Takes about.
Let me pause it right there for 1 second. I want to go into Kevin Hart's response on Katt Williams, what Katt Williams said about him.
Comedy Hype News. I'm John Ott. 3 days into the new year, and Katt Williams has officially declared war on several of his fellow comedians. The 52-year-old veteran.
Let me ask you, everyone, this. Do you guys feel like Katt Williams is throwing shade or anything? Or do you think he's just telling a story? Or do you think he's butthurt or not? One, for if he's just throwing shade. 2, if he's butthurt. 3, if you believe he is not. He's just telling a story. 1, shade. Through. 2, butthurt. 3, story. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Welcome, Enlightened Femme. Enlightened Femme is in the house. All right. So, yeah, he's telling that story. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Comedian would hold nothing back during a new interview with sports commentator and host Shannon Sharp for an episode of his podcast, Club Shay Shay. As many of us know, Katt has always had a few things to say about the likes of Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and others in past interviews. So
welcome, Rat Girl. Rat Girl's in the house. Newbie Khaleesi's in the house. Indiana Mom's in the house. The Enlightened Femme is in the house. Oya Terminador Negro is in the house. Ellen Ripley is in the house. Why is Seeking Knowledge is in the house. Marcy D just showed up in the house. We got everybody up in here. We have Tam in the house. Quita Ward in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
For many, this would be another classic Katt Williams moment. When discussing Kevin Hart with Shannon, Katt would mainly allege Hart for being an industry plant and that some of his early history appears to be a mystery.
Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? What do you think a plant is? And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe.
Wait, 1 second, Fiona, you nailed it. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Don't forget to like the video. Like the video. Allows me to do more video productions when we get it into the algorithm. That's what I want to do. Here we go.
That liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves. They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Okay, let me go to...
Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous.
Okay.
Now on Thursday morning, Hart would give his reaction to Williams' latest diss. In a
This
post
is this
shared on
morning.
X, Hart would fire back at Williams along with promoting his newest project coming to Netflix. Gotta get that anger about you, champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days. There is a moment in the trailer where Gugu and Bathra says they really love you. I know she's talking about Katt. Mark your calendar, world. This one is special. Now, Hart wouldn't be the only person to respond. Others will also comment on Williams' interview, including Hart affiliate and Plastic Cup Boys, Spank Horton. As he would also go on X to write, he comes back every 3 to 5 years to talk about the same shit. So instead of telling the truth, you want to lie about movies that hit your desk first? LOL. What homosexual role did Kev do in them 5 movies? You couldn't leave the country to do Fool's Gold in Australia, so the role got passed to Kev. For those who
Wait a minute. Kevin, it's already getting shaky with this comment right here, in my opinion. And the reason why is because of Spank Horton, whoever he is. I don't know him. I'm old. Okay. He mentions that at first, what homosexual role did Kev do in them 5 movies? And I didn't hear Katt say anything about a homosexual role. Did you? Let me know if you did. Here we go.
Pass to Kev. For those who have been following the beef between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart, you remember that their tension would start when Williams was originally to star in the 2008 film Fool's Gold, but due to his then legal issues, he had to pass on the opportunity, which required him to film in Australia. And instead, Kevin Hart would get the role. According to our research, ever since then is when the Williams and Hart beef would be sparked. Outside of the responses from Hart and team, Michael Blackson, D. Ray Davis, Gary Owen, and several other notable comedians would also react to Williams' newest interview. From the looks of Williams and Hart's back and forth, it appears to be a standoff between numbers and records versus the heart and spirit of the people. And for many, as impressive Hart's numbers may be, it's Katt Williams' non-conforming approach that gets people excited the most. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. How do you feel about Kevin Hart's response to Katt Williams' interview with Shannon Sharp? And as you know, for the latest news and comedy, and even for more.
All right. That's comedy hype. One more time. So I found that to be interesting. But he also talked about, Katt Williams also talked about Jonathan Majors. Here we go.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. Come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan.
Okay. If you think that's true, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, put a 2 in the chat. Meanwhile, I'll play this clip.
On day 3 of deliberations, a 6-person jury found Marvel star Jonathan Majors guilty of assaulting and harassing his former girlfriend. Now, in a stunning reversal of fortune for the once rising star, Majors reportedly has been dropped by Marvel Studios.
A rising Hollywood star, Jonathan Majors, has been found guilty of assault and harassment charges. The 6-person jury returned the verdict after about 5 hours of deliberation over 3 days. The high-profile trial took place over 2 weeks.
A New York jury has reached a verdict in the assault trial of actor Jonathan Majors.
The jury has found him guilty of some charges in this New York criminal case.
Majors was accused of beating his ex-girlfriend, dancer Grace Jabari, after
Damn, see, they don't play. See, and it's funny because in the manosphere, they want to always put the responsibility on black women. They sure do. They sure do. Let's go back to
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. Come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women.
or breaks it down like this: them getting dresses is to masculinize black women, and that is absolutely true.
I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Majors, what he went through. Marvel dropped him as soon as the the conviction came out. And you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be...
Oh, man. Oh. Okay, so what? He got his charges cut in half, I guess. That's what they're saying, right? Yeah. Let me pull it back a little bit, because that's... Here we go.
Megan Good. God bless
you. Out, and you were telling the
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you, coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting all four. Guilty, 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 guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful. They had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
Megan Good looks good. Looks amazing for her age. Amazing.
What do you think about this cancel culture? You see the situation with Jonathan Majors. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't know if maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was hot. He was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed. He's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Katt Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? Yeah. Part of giving you the world. First of all, they went around the world for 2 years straight telling any women that would listen that this was a good-looking Negro.
Mm-hmm.
Since when? When did y'all start liking a big nose? And when did y'all like a little head and a big jaw? When? Since when? That look like my daddy. When you start liking my daddy? You like black people's features like that? If this
Yeah. He's breaking it down right now. Nubian Khaleesi says this. White women have caused whole towns to be burned down. Yeah, it's a no. Yeah, she's correct. Black Wall Street. Other places. You nailed it. Here we go.
ugly nigga is good looking, then all niggas is good looking. Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not. No, you're not. Marvel will cancel you you won't be allowed to read a comic book. Get out of here. Get out of here, ugly boy. Yeah, they love fooling the people.
On day 3 of
Okay,
deliberations.
let me pause that right there. That was funny to me. Okay, Tam and Y, come on, y'all. Come on. Y'all going at it, but come on. Okay, so that was pretty bad. I mean, that's basically what happened. And then this happened.
Some breaking news tonight about actor Jonathan Majors. Marvel Studios just dropped the once rising star after a jury in New York found him guilty of assaulting and harassing his ex-girlfriend. Marvel was building a movie franchise around Majors before his arrest in March.
Yeah. And this is, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I make the correlation between the jumper in the courtroom and Jonathan Majors and the mentality of us black men, how we destroy our own careers, okay, by the decisions we poorly have made. So we do get discriminated against, but the bottom line is this: our problems weren't because of black women. Okay?
You know, DJ, I wanted to say something about the Kevin Hart and the Katt Williams thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's 100% telling the truth, because Hollywood is run by occultists, okay? And they practice what they call a Kabbalistic occultism that deals with sex magic. Okay, I mean, I can't make this stuff up. And they believe that a sex, like having sex or something, gives out an energy. It also has healing properties, and it gives like an animated, invigorating energy. Okay, so they believe that that's one of the rituals that they do. They do the sex magic to uplift the energy. And they also, like, if you look at the picture of the Baphomet, I'm trying to find it. Okay. If you look at a picture of the Baphomet, a Baphomet is actually their symbol that they worship. You look at the, you see that it is a symbol of Capricorn, which actually represents the planet Saturn, which is, if you look at the practice of Saturnalia, they also, it also has a caduceus in the stomach. It's basically, if you look at the picture, it's a half goat androgynous symbol, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the stomach area, you see the caduceus that represents the medical healing, like medical practices that they believe that sex magic and all of that can help with the energy. Also, they believe it's not only that, they believe in child sacrifice, and they believe in blood rituals. It's a mixture of all of that. And he has to, when he puts on the dress and dresses and drag and everything, that is just that is like it's a ritual, but it's just once you do that, then you're invited into the mansion with the sex parties and the gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous women. Everything is open to you, because then if you would dress up in a dress and a dress and a wig and lipstick, then that means that you would do the stuff that they do in those sex parties, which is crazy. But I'm not going to say like to describe all the things that they do. And also the guys, like the producers and the directors, these top-notch J-word guys, I can't say the word, but they also invite black celebrities. They invite them to these parties, these huge like mansion parties, and they do not invite black women. They introduce them to all white women or white Hispanic women. They don't they make sure that black women are not invited to those parties. So it's a lot of stuff. I can't even go into it, but it's a lot of stuff that they do.
Got it. Let's go back up to Club Shay. Where we at? Right here.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. There being Faison's never done his own touring with me at the same time. If I go in the building, he walk out. You've never seen us in the same building ever in 25 years. Like, it's like that. Why? Why?
Yes.
Because I'm really the product. It's not what you think. I am never under the influence of anything. I'm always in my right mind. I'm always a physical specimen. And when you see me, I'm much, much bigger than you had thought. I have far less play in me than you would like. And I'm relentless. I'm out there. I'm still, to this day, I play 11 games of basketball with a 20-year-old. The record is 92-6.
Wait a minute. He's talking about this far less play. And didn't he get beat up by a teenager?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did get beat up. That's crazy.
So okay, but he says he has far less play, which I mean that he's going to be, a handful. Enlightened Femme breaks it down just like this. Masculinity is defined differently in different cultures. Western culture defines manhood as WASP males, and the standards they define. All others are not men by the definition, since they own the game. Bars. Marcy D breaks it down like this. Rat Girl, right? He's got no problem with going after Tasha K, though not that she's right or wrong, just a testament to how they have no problem going after low-hanging fruit. Bars. And that was to Rat Girl's comment. Where? Right here, I think. So anyway, let me keep this going right here for a little bit longer.
This is just in the yard, just to the rack, just because.
You work out, Cat? You work out, Cat?
Not to the gym.
You don't work out in the gym? You do push-ups, sit-ups?
My whole life it was just push-ups and sit-ups only. I would do like 100 push-ups a day.
I thought you were gonna say 1,000.
No. Because this is literally every day.
Right.
This is not for the.
Okay, this is where I swear Cat fell off just a little bit about his physicality, because I'm sure he's in good shape. He seems to be slim, so he's not like big, but he is not going to be. I heard how tall is a Cat? He's what, 5'2" or something? I thought he was a little bit taller than Kevin, but let me know. I think he's like 5'2", maybe even 4'11".
But you know what, DJ? I want to tell you the truth. I really like Katt Williams, but I heard from a very reputable source that he is bisexual, because I mean, I don't even have to like say, the stuff that I heard about him, but y'all seen it when he was trying to get a hotel room for one with him and his buddy. They were he was checking into a hotel. And the guy asked them, they refused to give him a hotel. The guy asked him, do you want one bed or two? And he said one. And so why would you go in one room with one bed with your friend instead of buying your friend another bed? So, I mean, another room. He's just like, I don't think that he actually succumbed to them propositioning him, but he is bisexual. And I know from very good sources that he also used to go with, women who were transgendered.
That's actually half of Hollywood, but yeah. I'm not going to say he did or didn't because I don't know, but anything's possible. How many of you in the chat think Katt is bi? Put a 1 if he's bi, 2 if he's not bi. Let's check it out. Meanwhile, I'll play a little bit more of the clip.
For the gram, you know what I mean? Like literally 100 a day. And I would do push-ups, and then I tore both my rotator cuffs. And so it was only thanks to golf that I was even able to get my self back. I've been a golfer for quite some time. My short game is impeccable. I can't get you but 2 and some change off of the tee, but I'm still coming in for par guaranteed.
You playing for the tips?
No. I've found that you don't get anything for that. It seems very egomaniacal. They go, hey, Katt, for free, you can go further back.
I like Enlightened Femmes reply to 2, whether he's bi or not. Her reply is 3, none of my business. I hear that too.
Hey, what? Wait a minute, does it still count the same? Hey, I'm up at the ladies' tee. Don't tell me my pronouns. On the golf course, I'm she, her, him, them, and they.
Okay, so the reply is 1, he's bi, 2, he's not bi, 3, who gives a damn? or as Enlightened put it, none of my business. That's I hear that.
Whoever at the front tee. For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? Mm-hmm. And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem. And then going to give it to
all right, the 3s there. I like that. They're now making it. Now they're breaking into my my polls and everything.
This other guy and having him do it just like it was and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, again, I'm on the winning side of these decisions.
Will there ever be another Comic View, Def Comedy Jam? Could that, in today, 24, 25, 26, could we see that again?
They've already announced it. It's already going. You didn't know?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Kevin Hart purchased it, so he's now doing Comic View. That happened at the same time that they gave DC Young Fly Hollywood Squares. Where? Yeah, because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up for, don't such and such open the gate? What do you mean ain't no gatekeepers? There's 100 gates out here.
Would you
everyone I've seen got a keeper.
Would you have wanted to do Comic View or Def Comedy Jam? Would you have wanted to be?
I think we just mentioned I did them both.
No, I'm saying purchase the rights and refranchise it.
Nope. They didn't offer it to me anyway. Like, Comic View did a couple of disservices to comedy as well. Mm-hmm. So there were people like me that were out there getting 2 and 3 standing ovations in one set. And that wasn't good for television. So what they did was they started making everybody get a standing ovation. So they would tell the audience, when they get off stage, everybody get up and cheer. And so now.
Oh, okay, I see what he's saying. Yeah. What are you thinking, Ellen? What do you think about?
I'm trying to I don't know what this mammy was talking about. Since slavery, they tried to break the mask. I mean, that may be true, but let me tell you something. Black men or people in general, they don't do what they don't want to do. I mean, like it's free will. Like you acting like these guys, they don't have a mind of their own. If they choose to put on a dress and high heels, then that's them. But these guys want fame and fortune, and they want attention. They know what it is. I mean, they know once they put on that dress, once they do some type of particular sexual act, that they are already, because these guys, they use they record them doing sexual things. They record men doing sexual things to them, like the big producers and stuff. So, but these guys, they know what it is. I don't know why black women keep acting like they're so helpless and defenseless.
Got it. Well, everybody, I think that is it for tonight. The 2-hour limit has hit. If you like the show, make sure you put a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed the show. By the way, if you have any suggestions on shows you would like to have, feel free to put it either. Just go ahead and put it in the comment section of this live stream. Don't forget to like on your way out. And we are going to keep this going for you. Thanks again for another live stream. It was the chat that made it pop. Ellen Ripley on the panel. Everybody, thank you. Here we go. All right, shout out time.
In this moment,
Indiana mom.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Lifestyle guy. The enlightened Tim.
It's not hard to fool me.
Marcy D.
Cause I'm addicted to the good
reflection.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Black girl.
I follow.
Why is knowledge? Oh yeah, Terminador Negro.
Where we are heading now, baby.
No, via hero pues.
I follow.
Look at that.
To the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
No reflection.
So tell your good night.
To be in there, at least
I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible night. Before the moment flies.
Phoenix soul.
Ooh. So tell your good night.
Feisty, black.
Yeah.
And I agree, Feisty. I think Megan tarnished her career. Sadly.
It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into.
Mistress Newbie.
Nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way.
Yona.
I follow.
Ellen Ripley.
No need to say.
Queen Award.
Where we are heading now, babe.
Legs for life.
To the edge of it all. So tell your good night. Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible night.
Oh yeah.
Before the moment flies.
Remember this Sunday. We got more going on. You better join us. D9 in the house. Unknown in the house. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming through. Miss J in the house. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Brina West.